And we are live. What's up, Moose?
What a day. What a
Hey,
morning.
hey,
I
hey.
woke up. Yeah.
Listen, you going to come in here and start rubbing it in.
I'm coming in hot. I'm coming in so caliente, you have no idea, dog. I'm coming in spicy, spicier than tikka masala in the best way possible, dog.
La verdad. La
Oh,
verdad.
the big
Man.
red, dog. We got to talk.
So I wore the red hoodie, you know. I got to hold it down, dog.
If you're not going to be wearing magenta, dog, on magenta day.
No way. Not happening, Chief.
Man. Exciting times, guys. Exciting times.
All right. So the situation we got going on, right? I covered all the metrics and the numbers in the earlier video, but maybe we could highlight some of the important components and then just kind of speak on it, elaborate it. I don't know. I mean, look, my takeaway from the Verizon quarter earnings is I think they did what they wanted to. I don't know if there was anything in the earnings that really bothered them. Personally, I don't think they're bothered by anything, which is concerning.
Yes.
Because it's basically like, imagine, not to say it's like sociopathic, because in business, obviously growth is important, but they have clearly de-emphasized growth.
Yes.
It's not on their to-do list. It's not in their top priorities. And that's weird because that's unusual in wireless. In wireless, we've seen a complete shift in the market. We've seen AT&T become an ultra-competitive carrier. We've seen T-Mobile step up and consume Sprint and now kind of have some market share power in a way, right? And here's Verizon, like, they've always been kind of lax about it because their large network has always done a lot of speaking for them. But it's almost like people have gotten reserved to the fact that they're like, well, how much is too much? You know, they really view Verizon as the expensive carrier. Now, I've priced family accounts on all the carriers. They're not that different. So some of that's a little bit overstated, but it is more expensive. You know, and I just, once you go into family accounts and family lines, multiple lines, it's a little bit over exaggerated, but single line, most definitely they are. You know, if you're going to get their top tier plan, single line, and, you know, add HD add-on and whatever it is, the HD pass, I mean, isn't it pushing like $100?
Oh, yeah.
You know, so, or, you know, single line, I mean, we're going into hysterical, because, you know, a prepaid line, if you're savvy, you know, what's up, Bassett? How you doing, bro? Yeah, I got to do the hellos, man. We're getting way ahead of ourselves. Hold on a second. We got Max Tech Studios,
hot, bro, I'm
right?
telling you.
We got Max Tech Studios. We got Philip here. I got to save my voice. I can't do the yes right now. We got Baby Yoda in the house. We got Seven Lucifer. Kimon is here. Good to have you guys. The homie Mike West. Big shout out to the Patreon squad and the mod squad. Appreciate you guys. Got Hector, Joeseph, Big Qais. What up? I think I saw Ugly Duckling as well. Dan is in the house. Good to see you. FJ Samuel is here. Keon's in the house. He's got his magenta colored glasses. Scotty's here. PA Tech, Barry. Yeah. Look at all these yes, bro. You guys are the best. James. Chame. Davi. We got Ashay is here. Alejandro. Nathan. Albert. Troy. Good to have you guys. The homie Technoid is in the house. Hey. Richard. Bassett, good to see you. Habibi, thanks for coming through. Appreciate you showing the love. We got Ethan. Can you start from the beginning? Dude, I really didn't even start. We were just talking about, like, Verizon's, would you call it mentality, maybe, Moose?
It's their, it's the new Verizon vibe that I'm getting. That's really what it is.
Brandon, DJ, good to see you guys. Landon, Tom is here. Try invisible again? All right, good luck with that, man. It's a low priority, I'll tell you that much. Best of luck. Hopefully it works out. Big Chuck, Big Jose, Carter is here. Good to see you guys. We got Poopy Pants in the house. And Cesar gets things started with the 1999 Super Chat sticker. Cesar, thank you, man. Big salute to you. Thanks for supporting. Appreciate you, bro. 85 with AP on Magenta Max with 4K T-Mobile. Okay.
Auto pay, yeah.
So that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
It's not that different than Verizon, actually. What are we talking, $5?
Yeah, it's just a $5.
I mean, I know the plan is better, but still, it's a $5 difference between the best plans, right? So, James, Jay is here. Good to see you. Yeah. Big shout out to Jay. He just got him some N41 upgrades. Congratulations, my guy. Chuck is here. Steven, Marc, my dude, Marc. Yeah. Tom, Francois, PA Tech. What up, man? Cracking the box open now. Good luck, man. I hope it turns out well. And big shout out to David. Another one. Thanks, bro. Thank you very much.
But see, here's the thing, though. It's not just a $5 difference. It's $5 plus taxes and fees.
Yeah. So then that drives the price even higher. The tax and fees probably take it to 100. I know the taxes here are 8%. So you're adding about $7 there. A couple of bucks in fees. What's up, babes? Good to see you. Mm-hmm. Reverend Cellular is here. Number of postpaid subscribers leaving Verizon is actually really good for the consumer. Last time Verizon had those losses was 2017. They released unlimited data plans right after that.
Yeah, but here's the thing this time, okay? And I wanted to stress this, and I'm going to wait on that comment because, you know, I was talking to you, Sneed, earlier before the show. I was talking to Tyrone earlier before the show. You never want to lose your base, okay? You don't want to lose customers because it's going to be 10 times harder to bring them back.
Agree.
You have to spend money that you normally wouldn't even think about spending.
Yeah.
You know,
you got to get them with a phone.
Costs.
You got to get them with a new plan. You have to get them on a port. You know, you got to you really have to like pry them away from AT&T or T-Mobile.
See, but here's the thing. So people might be saying these losses are going to force Verizon to do something. They just came out day one of the new quarter, right? April 1st with $1,000 promo, right? Mm-hmm. Do you really think that $1,000 promo moves the needle? And I'm answer the question because I'm going to tell you, we have the numbers already, dog. The numbers are not.
Well, the promo's young. The $1,000 broken phone thing.
Yeah.
The promo's young. It's only a couple of weeks. So I'm not going to judge that as, you know, the reason why quarter one is bad, so that move isn't good. I actually, on the contrary, mon frere, I think that move is good. I think they're hedging late, though. You know, like if that move was made at the turn of the new year, or even if it was made February 1st, that gives you February and March to figure things out for sales and for numbers.
Even if you did it on March 1st.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But they didn't do it.
No, they didn't even get a full month.
No.
To say we got some numbers. We'll see what quarter two does. And maybe that's why they did it, Moose. Mm-hmm. Maybe that they knew it was coming quarter one. Let's rebound quarter two.
Well, my opinion is that they had to go to the board of directors and say, what do you guys want us to do? Do you guys want us to be competitive for growth and not change our plans? And competitive in the sense of, here's my best device promo in the industry? Or are you okay with hedging the customers that want to leave us, but we are going to continue upselling our existing base with our highest offerings, our highest tiered offerings, right? That's their strategy. They said it on the Investors Day in February. They said it on the Q1 earnings again. Q1 earnings, then they said it again in the Investors Day a couple of weeks later. They are focusing on the premium customer.
So they actually call the premium customer, they actually call them high quality customers now.
Yes. Now it was premium customers on the Investors Day. Now they're high quality. That is in a time when we are in, very uncertain times in the society. Alienating people is not a good idea, Sneedman.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like corporations because there's no person in a corporation. It's faceless. It's shareholders. It's stocks. There's no people attached. There's no accountability. I don't like corporations because of that. I like sole proprietors. I like businesses with owners who represent their company. You know what I'm saying? Wireless carriers are the epitome of the corporation that is faceless and is nameless.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't talk to Hans. You can't talk to Mike Sievert. You can't talk to, John Stanky. Back in the day, you couldn't talk to Randall Stevenson. There's nobody to talk to at these big companies.
Correct.
So we can't hold them to some, you must be of high quality. Because there is no person that represents the company. They only act and respond and move for the sake of shares and stocks.
Correct.
For those that have invested in the company on behalf of their best interest, which is their money. So I take that and offer it to everybody out there as a reminder that they don't care about who you are. They don't care where you're from, what your situation is. If your paychecks are getting thinner, if you're making a lower salary at your new job because the last one laid you off, they don't care about those things. They just want your money. They'll give you the service you're paying for, but they're going to want their money, rain, sleet, or snow. It doesn't matter. Big shout out to Marc. Thanks for that super sticker, brother. Appreciate it. Chucky, have a safe trip. Be careful out there. A lot of people have been saying that, David, a few bad quarters. I actually disagree. I think historically quarter ones have looked bad for Verizon. Some have been not good, and others have just been straight up bad. I think in the last 4 years, they've had 2 quarter ones with losses, and then I think the other 2 were less than 100,000 ads. So not really historically a good quarter. I think they bounce back Q2. I don't see why not. I mean, if you had a problem with Verizon pricing, you didn't just start having a problem with Verizon pricing. You've had a problem with Verizon pricing for a while. So what is it that made them leave now?
Well,
in a recovering economy, too.
It's recovering.
It's bouncing back a little bit.
Maybe people finally realized, okay, I'm going back to work. And I'm now shopping around now. That could have happened this quarter.
So Brandon brings up the point with all the value. And to most people, they count those as value added, right? So for a family on Verizon that is getting Hulu, Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, Apple Music, Discovery Plus, so my family, that works. But a person with a single line, this does nothing for them.
Right.
For a person with, I don't know, with people that don't use these things, maybe they pay for cable TV. Maybe it doesn't mean that much to them.
Let me ask you this, though, Sneedman. Would you rather have all those perks?
Hey, Brandon.
Or would you rather have 25% off the top?
But they don't want to give you 25% off the top.
But AT&T does. T-Mobile does.
That's what makes AT&T and T-Mobile more competitive.
That's
what
problem.
gives them the consumer growth. That's where we're going with.
Right. That's the problem. Verizon has a problem right now. They are becoming more profitable. However, they are losing market share. Let me tell you a piece of history. When I was just starting out in the wireless industry, 2017, AT&T was on the path literally mirroring Verizon, other than the fact that AT&T didn't have all of these perks like ESPN Plus or whatever. They just had HBO for free. Remember those days with the more premium plans? Well, guess what happened? John Donovan got fired, And his strategy was hedging and hemorrhaging customers every quarter, man. It was just not good. The stock went from 40 to 30 like that. I'm telling you right now, subscribers matter, because in a time when you only have 3 competitors for the foreseeable future, and we'll get to the Dish partnership with Amazon later in the show, but because the current atmosphere is that there's 3 carriers,
But
this
Moose,
is what's scary.
I think what they did, and they highlighted it today, and I definitely saw a tweet from Hans. He said, we have created revenue streams, new revenue streams we didn't have before. I think they're leveraging that angle as opposed to focusing on growth in a matured market.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like they've conceded the fact that AT&T and T-Mobile are at each other for the ads,
Mm-hmm.
which, by the way, in my opinion, I agree. I think
Mm-hmm.
you go for growth by just getting customers, because then you
Right.
open up the door to new avenues of revenue.
Right.
But AT&T has those assets. They have the fiber, they have the AT&T TV, and they have the HBO Max. So to them, it makes total sense to just get the growth.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to start getting pieces and parts on these other revenue streams. T-Mobile's a little different. They're going to try to get them with T-Mobile Home Internet. The TV situation sucks. The T-Vision was trash. They literally destroyed Layer 3 TV. They should have just sold Layer 3 TV and called it a day.
Yeah.
Instead of now going with YouTube TV. It's almost like they made a huge mistake and made a double mistake. They weren't ready for TV. They half did TV, and then they failed at TV, and then they had to pivot with TV. But anyways,
Mm-hmm.
Verizon is creating new revenue streams, and I think they have come to the realization they're going to do it that way. They're going to focus on the premium, high-quality customer. They're going to keep the pricing high to keep profitability high. They're going to leverage the best 5G network, probably.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Verizon, so it's going to be the best, but AT&T's is going to be good, and T-Mobile's is going to be good too. But Verizon is going to say, this one is the best. This is what Verizon, this is what we do. We do networking the best. So if you want that, it's going to be a little bit more, but it's the best. And we're going to throw in this and this and this and this. I don't think that's changing. I really don't. I think a lot of people are barking up a tree with nothing in it. You're fishing in an empty well if you really think Verizon is all of a sudden going to switch because of one bad quarter.
Right.
I don't think it's happening, because they have literally said in the last 2 public meetings, we are focusing on premium. We are focusing on high quality. When somebody tells you something twice, you convinced yet? You going to ask again?
Mm-hmm.
So to me, I don't think they're going to change anything. As much as I disagree with their approach to business, I don't think it's changing. And I don't think they care, because they said we created new revenue streams.
Mm-hmm.
They've moved on. They moved on from competing for customers. They are now competing with home ISP. They're not competing for wireless anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They want cable customers.
Mm-hmm.
The minute they got 100 megahertz of C-band live, it's over. They want to take every customer from a cable company. So who's got cable? Charter, Comcast. If cable is there and they can get C-band at 100 megahertz or better,
Mm-hmm.
they want them, because they're going to sell it to them for $50 with their wireless service.
Right.
And they're taking them, and they will get them, because $50 on auto pay with no taxes and fees is tremendous. And they're not charging for equipment either. And they're going to give them 300 megabits or better. Seriously, that's what they've set the standard. You look at what it says on the Verizon 5G ultra wideband. 300 megabits is your expected. That means they're going to cap people on C-band too. At 300, which is fine. Who's not happy and satisfied for $50 a month? T-Mobile can't give you that. I just had 130 megabit per second for $60 a month, and it was a failure. So if Verizon can pull it off and actually give you 300 megabits down consistently and on a dedicated fixed wireless access that's dependable, they're going to get those customers. Big shout out to Keon with the super chat. Thank you. They're going to have to change their whole business strategy for 5G. No, they don't. Absolutely not. They just dug in. They just told you they're going to do the ultra wideband. They're going to do millimeter wave big. They're going to do C-band big. I don't know if he means pricing, maybe, possibly. I don't know, Keon, if you could clarify that. But I don't know what other like business strategy. I'm guessing you mean like cost, but or wireless, maybe. I don't know. See, to me, Verizon's 5G they're serving two pieces of 5G. They're serving, wireless mobility, and they're serving fixed wireless access. And they've got synergies in that, right? Because they're going to be utilizing two different capacity layers, and they're going to aggressively deploy the ultimate capacity layer, which is ultra wideband millimeter wave. So big shout out to my brother Keystone Tech. What is up, my guy?
By the way, welcome Tyrone.
Big John.
Tech
What up,
Life.
Tyrone?
Oh, man. Big topics tonight, huh?
Yeah, man.
Big topics.
Yep, absolutely. You know what, Sin City? I think the video throttling, the restrictions that are really heavily managed on Verizon's network, I think some of that probably falls back a little bit with the ultra wideband connection, right? So like C-band, millimeter wave. It becomes a thing of the past when they can. Like, there's no company doing that right now except, in my opinion, AT&T. As long as you're willing to pay for a better plan, they give you the real. The best network access I have is my elite AT&T plan. It's the best. Nothing better. Joel, what up, my guy?
Taryn, I know you were very vocal on your video a couple hours ago. Let's get into it hot and ready, man. Talk to me.
Yeah, I made 2 videos today, and a lot of people started messaging me like, hey, how is this bad for Verizon when they're still gaining their revenue and their profits? And what I said on my video was that it's bad timing because we're technically still in the pandemic. So people are still price conscious, even more budget conscious than they probably were previously. So Verizon to really force their premium strategy into the market might be the wrong time. But like Sneed said, shoulder shrugs, they don't seem to care. They seem to want to pursue that premium persona. They said it, 90% of customers came in on unlimited, and 50% of those customers chose premium. So I'm also being told that there's really no attractive retention offers anymore. They're kind of not saving that customer. They're just letting them go. If they're calling in and they're looking for maybe a better deal or they're not happy, Verizon is really just letting them go. Hey, you're a free agent now. Go to T-Mobile or AT&T. That's really how they're approaching this. And I think the fact that we saw them lose almost 200,000 postpaid customer in 1 quarter, that'll let you know what's to come in Q2. They're probably going to lose customers at that same volume.
You mean almost 300,000? It was 326K postpaid net adds negative.
Yeah.
And what was the other number that's relevant? Here we go. The business side did grow a little bit. They did 156,000 total retail postpaid net adds, 47,000 phone net adds for business Verizon.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Ethan. Thank you for the super chat, brother. Their narrative I've heard from customers is they care more about overall monthly costs compared to the perks, especially right now. So,
It's
Ethan,
true.
you bring up the point, and this is why I do not think Verizon is going to change their plans.
Correct.
At least not the pricing dropping. It's not happening. They have told us time and time again, we will give you more before we charge you less. That is precisely what TV distributors do too. YouTube TV raised the price $5. They gave you 3 channels. They justify the price increase.
Yeah.
Maybe those 3 channels costed them $1, but they're like, hey, might as well just raise the pricing anyways. This is their moves. Whether we like it or not, it doesn't matter. We respond to it. We either pay the prices or we don't.
Yeah.
My legacy 2017 new Verizon Unlimited plan, my pricing is tremendous. I can go nowhere. But if they were to change that, I'm a free agent because I don't want to pay more than I pay now. Not with Verizon. Not with anybody. Because I've got AT&T, which arguably is as good in coverage and has a more capacitive network in more places because of their upgrades and their spectrum holdings. It tests faster in a lot of occasions. Not that Verizon's not fast enough. It's that additional capacity makes my experience better because they let me use it for video, which Verizon doesn't let me do. I can't do 4K on my Verizon unless I use a VPN. On AT&T, I can run 4 TVs in my house.
Mm-hmm. With your hotspot on your phone. By the way, I got to mention this right now. Most of the analysts are very worried about Verizon, and I'll tell you why. Okay? The headline is competition is starting to intensify. It's not already intense. It's starting to become intense. UBS is already saying that they're neutral. They don't even want you to buy or sell if you have Verizon. They want you to see what happens for another quarter. Because if it goes another quarter, they're going to say, sell it. Sell your shares.
And I predicted will go another quarter. They just have no momentum right now. If a customer perceived them to be more expensive, they just accelerated that perception. They really did. They're going to continue losing customers at this rate, and they're going to be forced, if this continues through Q3 and Q4, they're going to be forced to make a market correction. Taxes and fees included, they're going to do something to respond. There's only so much bleeding you can allow before your board and your investors get involved. But Verizon
Tyrone,
can sit there all day long.
One quarter is not going to do it.
That's what I'm saying. But I predict the fact that they accelerated losses in one quarter, I think even if it's a bit lower in Q2, they still lose in Q2.
So what was different about Q4 and Q1? Verizon's pricing has been the same. So what was different about Q4 and Q1?
That's a really good question. People are saying, is it the network that may be slowing down? Maybe the marketing from the other carriers is resonating more. I mean, there's many speculative answers to that.
In order to get a customer to switch from a carrier like Verizon, you have to offer something substantially better or substantially cheaper. There really is not something substantially cheaper. There is cheaper. But if you were to go from Verizon on a premium plan and then go to like Essentials or Magenta, you'd be downgrading your access.
Yeah.
So that's not equal. If that person left, it would have been for pricing. They would have been paying, they're like, oh, I'm paying too much at Verizon, I'm on their premium plan. Well, why didn't you downgrade to the Verizon starter then? Because you're about to go to T-Mobile for Magenta or Essentials. And that's awful.
Yeah.
I would rather have Metro than to have T-Mobile Essentials.
Yeah.
You know, my Magenta business is capped at like 1.8 megabits for video.
You don't even want Metro, bro, because if you need to make a phone call in a very congested area of a city, your 911 call won't go through. I told you about this the last time. My friend experienced that firsthand. She switched the next day because she was like, this is ridiculous. Can't even make a 911 phone call.
Yeah.
The only thing I could think of is people see the Verizon premium offers. They know what they have. Things are fine. But they see the marketing from AT&T. It's aggressive, right? The plan promotions, the deals on the phones, new and existing. And then they see T-Mobile beating them in the head with their adverts. aggressively letting people know, we want your business. We will give you a good price. We'll match everything. And then we'll give you better access. So people are like, man, they're willing to fight for my business. Let's do it.
Yeah. There was after the earnings call, Sneed, there was a Inside Verizon where they recapped the quarter, and they allow regular customers to ask questions. And one of the customers asked Ronan Dunn, how do they feel about the competitive landscape, and who's pulling the most from them? And he says they're pulling in T-Mobile customers, but he said it on air that AT&T has a competitive edge over them. He said that on air. So it seems AT&T is getting to them. They're getting some customers from them. And I think you mentioned that in your video as well, that most of those customers are likely going to AT&T.
Because AT&T would give them a much more similar product, service, and branding. I don't care what anybody says. As incredible as T-Mobile's ascension has been, the improvement, the gains on the network side, the marketing, the ads and everything, John, and AT&T is still a better network. There's more of it, and there's more capacity consistently. I recently took a trip, and once I got off the freeway, the T-Mobile was unusable for 30 miles. Less than 1 megabit per second half the time. Less than 2 megabits per second most of the time. I probably connected to 6 sites that were banned to only 5 megahertz. It was horrible. I had 0 signal on the resort. That was my experience with T-Mobile once I got off the interstate. AT&T was 100 and 200 megabits per second everywhere I went. It was running every device we had on us. The Verizon was slightly congested. They have not upgraded some of those rural area sites or those, extended areas in a long time. They've left them alone because they've been trying to address the capacity needs of the cities where they have a lot of congestion because their market share is high and they don't have a lot of spectrum. So they've got some things that they've done to shoot themselves in the foot. I don't think we're going to see them change much. They are going to have a great network no matter what anybody says. And they're going to continue to market as expensive or premium or high quality, however they name and brand the customers. But here's something I'll remind you guys of. Verizon has never been bashful about letting people walk. They never have been. They told unlimited customers from 2005 plans, we're going to raise your price this month. 2 months later, we're going to raise it again. 2 months later, we're going to raise it again. That's awful. That's horrible business practice.
Yep.
They were literally telling people to get off their network. You're paying this or you're... No. This is it's just, I don't know. It's just, I'm not surprised by any of this. I'm not. What's up, Los?
What's going on?
Hey, man.
What's going on,
Bro,
man?
Carlos predicted it, bro. Carlos predicted it.
I already knew when those promos came out. I already knew what was up.
He already knew, dog.
Got some love from James, the homie James. What up, Los?
What up, James? But regardless, man, don't get me wrong. Everybody else is stepping up to the plate and doing decent. But I still traveled to very many spots where there's only one where I don't care. I don't mind paying the premium cost to have the experience. And I know, supposedly they're closing in, but I've been to those same areas over and over, and I still don't see nobody working on nothing. They still look the same.
Needs time. Needs more time.
Hey, bro. I'll tell you what. You're welcome, Franco. Glad I could help. AT&T's winning Ohio. I can tell you that much. They're winning, dog. They are the carrier to beat in Ohio. I'm telling you, man, 100, 200 megabits everywhere I go. Places where all I see is trees for like 20 miles, 50 miles. It's just trees. and AT&T's cooking. You know.
But that's the thing though. That's great and everything, but how long does that connection hold? I don't care. To
I
me,
don't disconnect. I'm telling you, Los, in
but the
Nevada's a
speeds.
different story. You know, like out west, bro, come on, man. Remember all the Periscope lives we did back in the day?
Uh,
I know. The only
yeah,
carrier that was holding up was the Verizon. I know.
that to me, speed. I mean, yeah, it counts. You know, you need it for capacity, but it's all about the quality of the connection, bro.
Well,
It's all
Los,
about the quality of the connection. I could
the
have
highest.
5 MB.
I'm telling, bro, Big Blue is the highest quality connection. You have coverage and speed combo in Ohio, in the whole state, top, down, left,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
It's
No,
tremendous.
they've
Ohio.
done a lot. They've done a lot. They've done a good job. And I won't discredit that at all. Now I'm surprised with how crappy they were before to now. You know, it's a whole different animal.
So Los, what we're talking about, this coverage idea, 90% of people are not you, not me. They don't travel. They're like content with whatever's going on in their city. So who gives them the best deal
Oh
and
yeah,
who serves them to their needs gets their business, right? So they're not like, especially for somebody who's on a single line plan, you know what I'm saying, Los? Like they're probably like, I don't want a $90 plan, $100 plan from Verizon. There's an $80 plan from AT&T. That's pretty good. But then there's a $70 plan from T-Mobile. Maybe that's something I think about.
yeah. No, I understand that part, bro. Don't get
All
me
right,
wrong, they're
well,
doing good. Like I won't deny it, but I
here's the
just hope.
unfortunate part, Los. This is the truth, and I know you're going to agree with me here. Verizon is willing to compete in every single thing except price.
Yeah,
They will compete for
unfortunately.
they want the highest rated voice calling. They want they want the best uplink. They want to give you ultra wideband. They got these huge mid band channels coming. They want to do all this. They're going to spend tens of billions in a few years. So T-Mobile gets the merger and they say we're going to spend 60 billion in 5 years. Verizon gets C-band and spends 50 billion on the spectrum. And then they say we're going to spend 10 billion just to do it. So that's 60. And they say we're going to do it in 3. You see what I'm saying? They're willing to spend big to make the network incredible, but they're just going to want to, they're like, we're not budging on pricing. We're going to give you Hulu and ESPN and Disney Plus, but we're not making the bill cheaper, dog. They're literally telling you, we will give you more, we will give you the best, but we will not drop the price. That is not happening, Chief.
The only the like Tyrone was saying earlier, man, the taxes and fees, if they included at least that, that's a winner. You know, because then you can justify, okay, well, I might be paying $90 on the Get More single line, but I'm getting all this and my taxes and fees are included. You know, then you can kind of start justifying a little bit, you know, but until they got to do something.
I don't know, dude. They got 18.5 billion in capex for the year. They're going to go with 3 billion dedicated for C-band. That takes them up to about 21 billion spending this year. Anybody impressed by that?
The which one?
Not really.
The capex. They're going to be at
Oh yeah,
21 billion this year.
oh yeah. That's
I
good
thought that was
stuff, bro.
great. Moose is saying he's not impressed.
Not impressed. Not impressed.
How?
Because I truly believe that they have shifted some of their capex from millimeter wave to C-band, because even the analysts agree that that's what they're doing. They're saying here
Yeah, but they're still
Right.
on target of doing their 30,000 millimeter wave sites.
Bro, the
So then
millimeter wave
they have to stop something, because they're saying that they're only going to spend Verizon between 17.5 to 18.5 plus an additional 2 to 3 billion. So what? 20 billion, 21 billion? It's not that much money, guys. I was wanting 25, 30 billion. I mean, we talked about this last time, right?
What?
Yeah.
Okay, hold
bro,
on.
but
Hold on.
they don't have to do it.
They
Don't have
just-
to do as much catching up as
No,
AT&T.
well, so here's the point. Verizon told us last media session that they had, the investor meeting. They told us that the macro situation was under control and they're ready to go C-band just on the sites they already have. They're good for the top 46 PEAs. So that means C-band upgrades are going on pre-existing sites. No new sites in those places. They're not even doing small cells next year for C-band. That's another thing that they're not doing. They feel they don't need to. They have small cells up and running. Those will continue to run. Many of them are getting CBRS this year. There's going to be huge capacity gains. To me, I think this positions their rural upgrades to be pretty nice this year too. Because they're putting $3 billion into C-band before they even have the spectrum. How are you not impressed, Moose?
Well, the reason why I'm not impressed, and I'll tell you something very interesting here. Consumers don't care about speed until
Moose,
they can't.
Moose, they're going to do home internet with this. What do you mean?
Wait.
The network has to stay fast. They can't sacrifice the network just for fixed wireless. They're still a mobility company.
Tyrone was mentioning that in the second hour or whatever that Verizon had, an analyst asked Hans, what is the number of home internet you have right now?
Did he get an answer?
Nope. No answer. No answer. So
It's not substantial. It's not.
yeah, so that's what I'm saying, man. This is not good. I'm telling you.
But Moose, that's the thing. They said today they have created revenue streams. That's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
It has to have capacity and it has to be good experience. There can't be a compromise. You can't compete with big cable if you can't give people 300 megabits per second.
Bro, and they're building that. This is another new one in the neighborhood. They're all over the damn place.
Is that one live?
And they're-
Moose?
I've checked. Yes, it is live. I just got the ultra wideband.
Nice. Let's get a speed test, dog. Let's get a speed test. Go ahead.
Airplane mode it again. Yeah, it's on. The note is on. Oh, by the way, guys, we got Cesar Gonzalez here with us.
Cesar, my
He
dude.
said, what's up?
Go ahead, hook it up with a speed test, dog. What are we looking at? About 500 feet, 400 feet?
About 5.
Okay. What kind of equipment are we talking? Samsung?
No, Ericsson. No, actually, you
Ericsson.
know what? I think those are the new Samsung panel. They do not look like the Ericsson ones at all.
Those things, I hear they're going to need some software upgrades.
Hold on, now you got me really curious because I think they are. They do not look like the Ericsson ones at all that I'm used to seeing.
Bro, look, Moose, they're not slowing down millimeter wave. They're preparing C-band now. They're spending $21 billion, and you're not impressed by any of that.
No.
Dang.
Where's AT&T's millimeter wave?
See, the reason why is because let me tell you this, guys. Right now, and I know Tyrone is going to talk about this more, but people don't care about speed until they can't load something easily. You get what I'm saying? Like if it's not an instant or whatever, people just want a reliable connection. They have that with Verizon and for calls, but the data is completely slowed down to the point where it's crawling. I am going to go on record tonight. I'm going to make a prediction for the end of 2022. And I want you guys to make sure to check me on this. Okay? Regardless of C-band, Verizon is going to continue shedding customers if the price is still high.
But their growth is going to come from their fixed wireless.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Sneedman, because the fixed wireless is not as big of a revenue boost as people are anticipating.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
They're literally going to charge people $80 a month for the service. If they auto pay, it's $70. If they have wireless, it's $50. And that's not good?
No. What did we talk about last time? The average price for fixed wireless in Europe is closer to $100. Eventually, the price needs to get to $100 for fixed wireless. They're not going to be making any money off of $50 a month.
It's excess bandwidth. It's excess bandwidth. I mean, look, this box, it just sits here. I mean, it's flawless. It doesn't turn off. It doesn't reset. It doesn't fail. It's made by Samsung, by the way. I just found out. Mm-hmm. The Verizon fixed wireless home internet machine. I pay $50 a month. It keeps me on their wireless service, mobility-wise, as a customer, because I'm enjoying it at $20 cheaper. And I like my wireless service, my mobility. Bro, it's going to keep customers and it's going to add them. And for people that have ultra wideband, it's a slam dunk. Moose, you know that those nodes are now costing $17,000. It's cheap to deploy millimeter wave now.
Sneed, I never believed in millimeter wave, especially when C-band is that much more reliable in terms of the range. They should have put in all the money that they are focusing on millimeter wave into C-band for the next 2 years, so that by 2023, the entire United States is majority covered. That would have been the play, because again, I've tried millimeter wave. I'm serious. I've tried it. You know now that I can say definitively, yes, it's great speed, but the reliability is not there, period. And what I mean by reliability is, yeah, of course, I can be going into shopping, whatever, but it needs to become everywhere. And it's not going to be everywhere until possibly 2030. It's going to take that long to get millimeter wave everywhere. Yes.
But it's the only true capacity layer.
Yes. It's amazing.
So you're going to tell me to sacrifice the end game for a short-term gain? No.
I wouldn't say it's a short-term gain.
The one thing that I think Verizon has the edge over every other carrier is millimeter wave. That is the one thing Verizon has over both carriers. Bro, T-Mobile is afraid of the grind. They don't embrace the grind. They don't want to do tower density. They're terrified of it. It intimidates them. Literally, Neville Ray wakes up and thinks, tower density. I don't know. He doesn't want it. It's scary. It's expensive. It's time-consuming, and it's tedious, and it requires a lot of permits. And they don't have it now, so that's what they're dealing with. Verizon doesn't have that problem. AT&T is dealing with it, too. They've spent tons of money on it. Bro, the C-RAN is incredible. I can't wait for them to turn all that stuff on in Cleveland. Mm-hmm. I can't wait. But to me, that's one and the same. C-RAN, millimeter wave, to me, they're the same. You know, if you think about it, right? That's what it's designed to do, short range, offer capacity boost.
Yeah.
You know, it's essentially the same thing. Bro, if you want to keep your mid-band clear, you need millimeter wave. N41 has already shown congestion in certain markets because it's like speed islands. And then everybody gets on it and they're like, wow, this is only getting 200 megabits. Or people are like, why isn't it faster? Yeah, I mean, you have to densify. Bro, ultra wideband, millimeter wave, all they need is better range. That they got repeaters for that. They've got two different contracts. They've got Pivotal Comware and they got the Samsung repeaters too. What's that other company? There's another one that they're dealing with now. Some company out of Korea, I think, South Korea. We just did that video on them last week or 2 weeks ago. You can't do 5G right without millimeter wave.
Yeah.
You have to do both. And really, honestly, the only company adequately doing both is going to be Verizon.
Yeah.
AT&T is like,
Kind of.
we're kind of, sort of. It's like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. They're toeing the water.
Yeah.
T-Mobile's like, whoa. Millimeter wave, hold on a second. I said I liked you. I didn't say I loved you. Hold on.
Yeah.
You know?
So here's kind of my take on this need. So with C-band, it's going to accelerate the home internet. I mean, I think we can all agree on that. Here's kind of my takeaway. So I think everything that Verizon is doing is front loaded. It's heavy investing across the board. It's the C-band. Of course it's going to be expensive. The millimeter wave is expensive, and they're going to have to cough up money on marketing for home internet. They're going to have to acquire the customer. It'll probably take about a good 2 years to make any profit off of that home internet customer from what they're currently offering with the the $500 for ETFs and everything else. It'll probably take a good 2 years to see any profit off of that customer. So that's kind of the risk that Verizon is taking right now. Their customer acquisition cost is it's pretty heavy, especially with this new promo that they're doing on wireless, and then with the promo that they're now running for the home internet. And they can see that C-band is going to scale very quickly. That's why I think they're running that promo, because a lot of people are asking, hey, I like this promo, but I can't get it in my area. That's because it's not scaled yet. It's not at scale. So, they want to touch 15 million households by the end of this year. We'll see. I'm sure they get there, but everything they're doing now is a hefty investment.
So Tyrone, do you know what I truly believe? I truly believe this. If you're going to do fixed wireless with only midband, you're going to need 800 megahertz of midband.
Yeah.
800. You're going to need 3 more C-band auctions if you're really going to go national with midband for fixed wireless. So I'm sorry, Moose, all due respect. You know where I stand on millimeter wave. It is the truest capacity layer.
Well, let's talk about this, guys. Earlier this week, actually last weekend, and even before then, AT&T announced that they were going to change their fiber pricing for the speed tiers, right? It was going to be 300, right? Sneed, you reported this, 300 and exclusive, right? 300, 500, right? And a gig. Why do you think the 300 being at the lowest price point is 300? Because you said it earlier in this podcast. You said it, and you know where I'm going. You know exactly where I'm going. Because they are going to compete directly with the fixed wireless option at that price point.
The problem is, Moose, is fiber is the end game.
But that's not what people care about. We talked about it. People care about price.
Yeah, but the one thing that's different about the fiber is the uplink capacity. And there is a segment of consumer when it comes to home internet that says, I want symmetrical. And fixed wireless can't do that yet. Yeah. I mean, will they ever go to 300 once we go standalone and we've got multi-channel aggregation? With a couple of different wider channels, maybe. But for the time being, I still don't see a world where fixed wireless is beating fiber. Even if it's pricing. The fiber is going to have to be like $80 a month, and then the fixed has to be like $50 for it to be a difference maker. Because if the price is like 50, 60, so 50 for fixed and 60 for fiber, I'm taking the fiber. $10, bro. I mean, yeah. Come on, bro. You know what you've done with $10 before. Let's not split hairs here.
I think what's interesting. I think a lot of people brought this up in the past is it's opportunity. I think because it's going to take AT&T some time to scale fiber, because it is a process. So I think whoever can get to that customer first is kind of how it'll go. If millimeter wave gets there first and they like that experience, they may never go to fiber.
So Tyrone,
And
this
vice
is what I was
versa.
saying about T-Mobile. This is T-Mobile's year to aggressively snatch up the T-Mobile home internet customer, because once Verizon is there, I think it's over for them.
Yep, I agree.
Because because as of right now, the T-Mobile home internet product, I guess you need N41. You need a newly upgraded N71 site. You need, LT modernizations or something. But it was terrible for me.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve, look at that, bro. Found another one, bro. They're targeting
Another
this
one.
whole
Test it.
Bro, I don't know if it's on or not because the phone ain't picking it up, but it's aiming this apartment complex, one of the nodes, this whole apartment
Very nice.
complex.
Very nice.
I kind of get their game plan now, and this is a Cox-only area. Literally. So you know what they're doing.
They're going to be getting home internet over there.
Oh, yeah. Big time. These nodes were not here last week, bro.
And that's another thing too. If Verizon is putting these nodes in apartment complexes, and they're willing to pay off ETF fees from current providers, that's a pretty big step. I mean, AT&T with fiber is not even paying off ETFs.
Who's still on an ETF right now?
Me.
Hey.
If you're locked into a contract,
that's still a
ETF.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, Steve, I was talking to the guy.
Turn on your camera, dog. Oh, I thought you were showing us something. My bad.
No, I was talking to the guy the other day, and literally, I did a video on the fiber when I ran into the guy, but then I ran into him at night, in my side of town, literally, like at the end of my neighborhood, and they were like, I asked them, I was like, so what are you guys doing, running fiber for Verizon? I just wanted to see if they were the Verizon one. They're like, yes, and I was like, well, how much have you guys ran so far? Are you guys done with the valley yet? They're like, well, we're 620 square mile done of Vegas. And when I asked them 2.5 weeks ago, they were only at 280 square miles. So that's how fast they're rolling up the fiber. What they're doing is they're rolling it. What the guy was telling me, Vegas is about 950 square miles total, the whole valley. So they're almost done. He said by the middle of next month, they should be done. And then what they're going to do is go in and start rolling it to houses and businesses. Then they'll start running the line, tapping it from there directly to the side of the house so it's ready to go for install. That's the next in their agenda. He was telling me they already have everything approved and planned. And they're running it to the tower sites too at the same time. Like, it's freaking crazy, bro, what they're doing, how they're spending the money. They're doing it fast, bro. Think about it, in less than a month, over 400 square miles.
Good pace.
That's unheard of,
It looks like the Fios fiber business is starting to kick back up again. They got some ads. They got some numbers out of there. I don't know.
It looks like people like fiber, period. I mean, the broadband side of Fios outgrew the TV side.
It's definitely a pandemic thing, Tyrone. People are like, yeah, I'll take the fastest internet you got. We got all our kids on Zoom meetings and, we're working from home, Yep.
That's true. Yeah. Well, I'm sure AT&T's fiber numbers tomorrow are going to be massive too.
I think in terms of a prediction, we'll wrap it up here these last couple of minutes. I think AT&T is going to have a huge quarter. I think their Q1 is going to be awesome. I think their fiber ads are going to be really good. I think the HBO Max ads are going to be really good. So their media is going to look nice. I think the Warner Studios are going to look good. I also think that the traditional mobility is going to look really good.
Yeah, it is.
I think their promos just continue to be industry leading.
Does that the trash ass Galaxy A32? What is that?
Friends don't let friends do media tech, right?
You know me, dog.
Media tech. Woo! Media tech, baby. Woo!
Is this really what T-Mobile is bringing to Primetime N41, this damn Galaxy
Damn.
A32.
Yeah,
Steve, man,
baby.
I'm telling you, Carlos has not been wrong yet. He predicted the negatives. He predicted the negative growth. You know, the losses.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, he predicted 1.2, 1.4 million. God damn, man.
I mean,
That's what I'm saying for AT&T, bro.
Seeking Alpha is expecting AT&T to do 3.7 million ads tomorrow.
What?
Who?
Yeah.
Who?
Yes.
Million ads?
Seeking Alpha.
Yes.
Who's that? What?
They're one of like the analysts. But
For
let me
T-Mobile?
ask you this. I'm telling you, the predictions have not been going wrong yet, dog. I told you. I'm telling you,
hold on.
man. Nobody believes
hold on.
me. Yeah. Go ahead, Carlos.
So you're saying that T-Mobile's gonna have 3 million net ads? Is that?
No, not T-Mobile, AT&T.
Oh, AT&T. Oh, I believe that. I believe. But if you say 3 million AT&T, or I mean T-Mobile, then I would say about 2.5 million will come from Sprint TNX migration.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
To avoid that copyright.
Then they're saying they're going to do 3.7 million ads, but they're going to be negative on revenue.
And that's
Bro,
expected, right?
there's no 3 million ads. Where? Verizon lost 300,000 customers. Where are you gonna? Where 3 million? They didn't lose 2 million customers.
You know where those customers are coming from, bro. AT&T is gonna have a lot. You know where they're coming from, bro.
I think it's fair to go over 1 million. I think that's pretty much the standard. I think we felt good about 1 million 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the last time we podcasted and we're on here. Come on, man. 3 million, bro.
Bro, so hold up. The only reason why I'm excited for tomorrow, you know, we're gonna do another one of these tomorrow, dog. I'm so fucking excited. Is because the predictions have been right, and the prediction so far is that the promotions that have started since Q3 of last year,
and they're aggressive and they're
very
good.
very aggressive. Yeah. They had to be matched, and even with the match, Verizon is not getting people to switch to the company. I'm literally trying to, emphasize this because somebody said this on the comments earlier today. In order to take advantage, look at this. What the hell, man? Less than 10 Mbps, less than 15 Mbps, less than 20 Mbps? Baby. Horrible. And band 41 is congested already. Come on, man. Anyways. Tyrone is already saying this whole year is AT&T.
Yep, believe it.
The upgrade rate is up for Verizon. What do you guys think AT&T sees?
Probably around the same.
So? Yeah, 5%?
I think around the same. Yeah, I think so. Verizon also reported that 5G user base is now up from 10% to 14%.
So what happens when they turn on C-band? Everybody's on it, you know.
Yep. Mm-hmm. But here's another thing. This is something that people even thought was a scam. It looks like people that are on older devices with AT&T, they're just sending them an iPhone SE. It's just there it is. We're sending it to you in like a little envelope. Yep. There you go, new iPhone.
Yeah, on Reddit there was a guy who didn't even believe it that he got a free iPhone SE because he had a 3G iPhone 5S. Bro, an SE is a solid phone. Yes. Getting that copyright, dog. Copyright. But Sneed, man, I'm telling you, the predictions were out of control. I honestly didn't even believe Carlos when he said 1.2 million. I'm even more comfortable now saying that tomorrow is going to be a blockbuster, even bigger than Mortal Kombat this Friday. Okay? By the way, Kong versus Godzilla was the biggest movie of 2021 so far. You know. By the way, did you watch it, Sneed? Did you watch it? Oh shit! What do you think? What do you think?
Man, there was some whoopings going on in that movie. That was crazy. That was crazy.
By the way,
That was-
before I forget, and by the way, for the audience, we created a list of things that we were going to talk about today. We talked about the loss of subscribers. We talked about the higher revenue. We talked about the premium, high quality customers. Ooh, we didn't talk, Sneed, about the FiOS internet, the gains.
So they're gaining. It's not huge, but there's multiple quarters in a row, and there's additions year over year, and they're investing more in fiber now to support their mobility side, the fixed wireless access. You got to have high quality, high capacity fiber backhaul, getting to the sites. So it looks like it's making a comeback. I think where it makes sense, they'll run fiber to some neighborhoods and some businesses as traditional FiOS. And it makes sense. Let it grow organically as it comes. And you're not going to be taking away from your own business. That's not a thing. So I think it's a winner, man. I like what I'm seeing. People clearly want fiber product. The coaxial, the cable carriers, the home ISPs, I should say. Not much to write home about there, especially with the uplink problems. You're going to get 300 down and 10 up. 3-4 Zoom meetings and you're tapped out. Your uplink is shot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Another thing that we should talk about is Verizon's company structure is very lean right now.
Lean.
Super lean.
This is the least amount of employees they've ever had as a company.
Correct.
It's the least amount of retail space they've ever had as a company.
Right.
They got everybody working from home. They got people on buyouts. They got, comp packages, they've got restructuring, a lot of, fat shaving. That's part of the reason why I think they were able to turn up such a high revenue.
Mm-hmm.
Their business operations are pretty lean. They're not open longer than they have to be. They're not taking calls longer than they have to be. You can't call Verizon after 7 p.m. anymore.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. They said they did achieve the cost savings of $10 billion this quarter, so they're well on track of hitting that. And they said on the inside of Verizon, they said if they find opportunities to save more, they will.
Yeah, I mean they've actually forced consumers to have to re-navigate, the support needs that they have.
Yeah.
You can't just walk into a Verizon store anymore. You got to get on a list. You have to make an appointment.
Where do you got to make an appointment at?
Verizon store.
Yeah.
Not here in Arizona. You can just walk right in.
Yeah.
You could be like, "Hello, how are you? I need phone."
Yeah, if somebody's available, they'll take you. But there were people waiting in the parking lot the last time I was at Verizon.
Yeah, they don't want everybody cooped up in the store, so they're having them line up outside.
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys got social distancing, so I forgot. Yeah.
Oh, you live in Nevada. You don't live in Arizona.
Yeah, but we don't got social distancing here no more. It's all done. Like they said, all businesses have to, by June 1st, they have to abide by that.
Wow.
Full 100%.
Bro, I don't want to be within 2 feet of somebody. It's been kind of nice not getting sick, bro. You're like, nobody's getting colds, nobody's getting the flu.
I know, nobody's been sick, bro. Nobody's been sick.
But here's the thing that I wanted to bring up.
This is the power.
This is the thing that I wanted to bring up as well. So, kind of shifting gears away from Verizon's earnings, Dish finally did something big. Yes, they had, macro site deals and, open RAN deals, Nokia, right? We talked about that before. Today was a big one. And Sneed immediately commented, this is the exact same thing as Verizon's partnership with AWS.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. This is interesting. So Dish yet has to build an actual network. and the stock went up 10% on this announcement.
Yo.
Verizon's didn't go up 10%.
Hey, yo. Hold on. Your boy here is gonna be experiencing Dish next quarter, because Vegas is gonna be the first official city for Dish. Yeah.
But I've been hearing, I haven't looked at the licenses yet, but the network is technically going to be trash. I mean, they only got 10 megahertz of AWS and like 5 megahertz of 71.
Well, no, they have more than that. 5 megahertz of 71? No.
No, I think it's no, never mind. It's 10 by 10, 71 and 5 megahertz of AWS.
Tyrone, how many customers will be on that network?
It's going to be empty, so they'll be able to do good speeds, but it's going to be nothing like we're seeing right now with what we're going to see with C-band and N41.
Right.
It's going to be empty.
But it will be standalone.
Yeah, it'll be all 5G.
And we will see some really nice ping and latency.
Yeah.
Like people, I want it.
Yeah.
I want a line. I want a SIM card.
But then how are they going to structure the network? Is there enough funding to actually build it with density? Or are they going to space it out like three miles apart? You know what I mean?
That ain't going to help anybody.
Hold on. Did you guys just see that I was only getting like 30 by 40 some upload on LTE? But I turn on the DSS, the 5G. It's 226 now the download. It was 30 something.
AT&T 5G gets a noticeably higher uplink on 5G.
Bro, but this is the difference between the result right now and what was just tested prior on LTE only.
Oh wow. Yeah, you got some aggregation situations going on
This
there.
is the tower site from yesterday. They got done with it. Modernizations and stuff. AT&T. Actually works. The 5G that actually makes a difference like it's supposed to. Wow, AT&T really is doing it. Yeah, they're doing it, bro. Consistent. Well, everybody's in trouble for a Death Star tomorrow. They're gonna kill it. They're gonna rape everybody, and that's it.
Yo, DJ, kick the music.
That's a ticket, bro. That's it. Dun, dun,
Oh
dun,
my
dun,
God! I'm
dun,
telling you,
dun,
dog. I'm
dun,
telling
dun,
you, yeah.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked that AT&T doesn't have its own server in Vegas.
Is that what happened?
I'm shocked that AT&T doesn't have its own server in Vegas.
I know. I'm shocked too. That they just brought up an LA one.
Yep.
Yeah, and apparently Carlos was the first to report on this. They have better latency on the Georgia and the Houston servers.
Bro, they have it all over. What are you talking about? I pinged from here to New York, and it's the same
from here to New York as well. So like,
that's pretty good for T-Mobile right there.
I was getting 15 ping from a Georgia server, and I'm in Dallas. It's crazy.
Because we're right here at the tower.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man, this is absolutely unbelievable times, man. I still can't believe it.
All right, so we got a big quarter tomorrow from AT&T. We're all in agreement.
Yep. And the last thing that we talked about, Sneed, that we were going to talk about was how many times analysts get it wrong. It's just so sad that people rely on these analysts.
It's why not? You know, it's you can look at everybody and kind of see who's doing what and who might be right. I mean, we know Mike Dano is completely off the wall with his stuff.
I think some of the sources have just misled him.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not that he's not in tune with the market, but you know, when the analysts are in his ear saying, "Hey, you know, this is probably what's going to be happening," he'll just report it as such. You know?
Yeah, he did. He said Verizon would take 29% of the growth. I guess that didn't pan out.
It's literally it's career suicide, to quote any of these analysts.
Yeah.
You literally will look stupid because they've been off. I remember when Mike Dano reported from I don't remember the analyst group. He said that Big Cable was going to spend a combined 15 to 20 billion dollars on C-band.
Yeah.
And you know how much they spent, right?
Zero. And actually
$0.
they spent $150 million just to get into the auction, and they didn't spend anything on license. They didn't get one license.
And I'm going to tell you why I didn't believe that report, whether it was Mike Dano directly or a source of his.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me that two companies who have never done anything in wireless, ever, are going to go in and spend $20 billion in something they've never done before? Where do they do that at? They don't spend $20 billion annually on what they do in home ISP.
Yep.
So I wasn't buying it. You know, and I'm no genius. I'm no Papadopoulos, but it just didn't make sense. So Moose is right. That Moffitt-Nathanson stuff.
Oh, my God.
Bro, they have been wrong at like 90% of the time in wireless, dog.
God.
They're like, they were, I think the quote was coming out about C-band today. Was that you, Tyrone, that posted that tweet?
Yeah, I think so.
Look, man, the engineers give us the insight. We're not engineers.
Yeah.
Engineers tell us about propagation characteristics and mid-band frequencies. We're not making it up. And then you got like Moffitt-Nathanson coming up. Yeah, man, that C-band is trash. So you mean to tell me that $90 billion, $100 billion that was just generated was all for nothing? For garbage?
If it was garbage,
stupid.
the carriers could sue the FCC for selling them garbage.
Let's just put it this way.
Maybe
C-band
Ryan's
is
right.
the-
What do you think? What do you think, Tyrone? Maybe Ryan's right.
Yeah, Moffitt, he's been wrong since the Sprint T-Mobile merger and everything.
Oh my God, he was wrong about every. You remember when they said that the merger was going to fail?
Yeah.
No reason, just said it was going to fail. They're like, yeah, it's like 60% chance it's going to fail, 80% chance it's going to fail.
I honestly am very disappointed, man. I mean, come on, man. Look, if you are going to believe an analyst saying that a technology is unproven and 2.5 is better, let me tell you something. If 2.5 was in Verizon's hands, I would trust it more than on T-Mobile's hands. 100%.
Even then, it would still be problematic.
Yeah.
Because of the interference, correct.
Yeah, and small cells, which Verizon loves, are difficult to do with 2.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they, in my perception, they want to know parts of 2.5 because of what they do with their network. It didn't make sense.
There's a reason that C-band is the standard across the world. There's a reason for that. It's not because it's trash or it doesn't reach, a mile or two. It's because it's the best mid-band you could possibly have.
Mm-hmm.
When I read the reports on mid-band and 5G, and I look at 3.5 and 3.7, 3.9, these 3 gigahertz frequencies, they call it Goldilocks spectrum. I didn't make that up.
Right.
They call it that.
Correct.
Engineers call it that.
That's right.
And then people say, who calls it Goldilocks? Not me. Bro, that's a market term from engineers.
It's the perfect balance of capacity with range and performance.
The reason the range is going to work is because of the power. The reason the penetration is going to work is because of the power. You could talk about physics all you want. All I know is when you give higher frequency power, it acts and behaves like a lower frequency.
Yeah. CBRS can reach a mile on low power. What do you think C-band's going to do?
But there is one thing I have to say. I don't know why I can't get these N41 sites to go beyond a mile.
You see?
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the trouble is. I really wish I could talk, just have a sit down and speak to some of these T-Mobile engineers and ask them, what are you guys doing or not doing that's preventing these sites from doing better than a mile? Only one site has gotten me a mile or better. 1 mile on one site. The rest of them are 3/4 mile, half mile. Why? Those sites should be getting that 2.5 to behave like AWS at least.
Well, here's the other issue. I think it has to do with the antenna. The antenna has a very short, narrow profile, right? It's a square, guys.
It is a square.
It's a square. The C-band and CBRS panels are the same long 6 to 10 feet tall type of panels. And yes, Zero Cool told me something a long time ago. There is interference issues at the border with Mexico and Canada with 2.5. It needs to go to band 7. FDD. Band 7 will create additional carrier aggregation combinations with the same 2.5 spectrum. Instead of it being band 41, band 41, band 41, and then whatever the heck else you can aggregate with. You can do band 71, band 7, band 66, 2, whatever you got. You can
so in my opinion, Moose, this actually is a reason why T-Mobile should have small cells more grand scale deployed. Because of the mostly so far limitations of the reach and the CLE are noted. Dude, I've tested so many sites. Only one of them is doing a mile. And it is a tall site. It's on a huge water tower.
Hey, Sneed.
Yeah.
Neville says small cells are too short, man. I can't believe he said that, man. He released a statement saying small cells are too short.
I'm going to tell you this right now. By the time that band 41 is done being deployed in every site that they can or they need to, I'm telling you this right now. I'm going to go on record. By 2025, T-Mobile will be doing small cells, and it's already too late because every single street post, lamp, and whatever is going to be taken up by Verizon and AT&T, and they're screwed.
Yeah.
They really don't want to do the small cell thing. They're terrified, man.
Everything,
I mean, they could do CBRS, they could do LAA, they could do a bunch of different stuff.
Everything that T-Mobile has bashed so far, they're using. They've talked bad about DSS. They're going to use that. They're going to use millimeter wave. They're going to use small cells too. They're going to use it. I don't know why they bash this stuff too short. They're going to use it.
Let me tell you guys something that I honestly don't care that this is going to go live, but when I worked at T-Mobile back in 2016, they asked me to do a small cell project, right, on a wooden pole, right, like an electricity pole. And I was asking myself, wait a minute, this thing is a directional small cell, like it's pointing down a street. Why is this thing not on the top of the electrical pole or even a 360 antenna? It's called Omni, right? An omnidirectional antenna. I was like, why the hell would you have a directional small cell? And it's pointing down. So this thing is not even going to go to the next block. It's just going to go for the immediate 3 houses. Come on, man. It's bad engineering, bad hardware choices. It's just not good.
Tell them about the LAX project they had you on.
Okay, so the LAX project, they launched 3 macros in 2016. The only 3 macros within LAX, because for years they didn't have any macros within LAX. So they only had 1 macro, kind of like from the outside looking in. So before those 3 macros were turned on, you couldn't even make a phone call. You couldn't make 911 calls, period. You could do nothing within LAX. The number 5 busiest airport in the world, and you can't have service from T-Mobile. And every single carrier internationally roams on T-Mobile before AT&T. So that's also another thing. Like, as soon as you turn on your phone, boom, it goes on T-Mobile. So not until they activated those 3 cell sites did they have some mitigation to the congestion. But it didn't matter because the same day they did 1.5 terabytes. The day that it was turned on back in 2016, they did 1.5 terabytes of data. It congested.
Back in 2016?
Back in 2016, 3 cell
1.5
sites.
terabytes is crazy in
1.5
2016.
terabytes. And that was in 2016. Can you imagine now with 4K and all this other BS? Dude, those 3 sites will easily be doing 5 terabytes or more, and they can't get band 41 on them. You know why?
The interference.
No, not the interference, because the unions and the issues getting those permits to get them upgraded. Bro, it took them 6 years to get...
They're suing San Francisco, aren't they?
They're suing San Francisco. It took them 6 years to get 3 macros into LAX, where those 3 same macros from Verizon and AT&T already existed.
Well, that must have been timing, right? They were on there from before.
I mean, they were there since, I don't know, 2010, 2012. I don't know how long ago those cell sites were there. But my point is that it's mind-blowing to me, bro, that there's so many inconsistencies, even since 2016. And oh, by the way, I don't even know if Band 71 is even on those sites because it takes forever. So that's the situation, man.
They should have planned for a DAS.
And that's another thing. They are planning, but it's too expensive. You know? it's very expensive, bro.
Bro, literally, if it involves money, T-Mobile's like,
yeah, we don't want to do it.
We don't do that
Terminal
here.
2. Listen,
we lower capex around here.
Terminal 2 is the international to Mexico exclusively. You have Aeromexico, Volaris, Delta goes to Mexico from that terminal, right? That is the most congested sector by far because T-Mobile dominates Los Angeles. Okay, over 60% market share is going to the Hispanic population, T-Mobile, right? So that sector is completely unusable, dog. Like, you cannot even move. It's not a crawl. It's like a standstill.
Hey, let's take a look at Rube's super chat here. Thanks, Big Rubes. Verizon with an overall growth on all services of 4%. Did Big Red stall in several services, lost customers, and churn? So the churn was actually fine. I mean, it wasn't super low, but it was fine. The services situation, it looks like the mobility customer growth is negative. So that's a problem. But the revenue is good. The service revenue is good. The business side is fine. The media side did fine. But it was the TV and the mobility that was the problem with growth. They lost customers. But T-Mobile or Verizon didn't seem worried about it. You know, but I'm sure like May 4th, T-Mobile's going to really put the pedal to the metal on that metric. Whatever customers T-Mobile adds, they'll say, hey, we added X number of customers. Our competition's losing customers. It'll be a big part of what they do on their earnings report on May 4th.
Man, they're sending out blankets to analysts and shit.
We got you covered, dog.
Bro, it's all about the blankets, bro. Yesterday they were giving around heating. They were giving heating bags or whatever. So when you're an Uber driver or something, Uber Eats, it could be flashing your T-Mobile bag.
Oh, man. All right, well, T-Mobile's going to report their earnings May 4th. AT&T's going to report theirs tomorrow. Tyrone, you'll be covering it, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
You know I'm going to cover it. And
oh, yeah, man.
You know, if Moose, if you make the call, we go live. It'll be on you.
We already on record, bro. It's happening tomorrow. And I'm telling you right now, it might be the most emotional live stream.
All right, let's get some closing statements from everybody. Go ahead, Carlos. Go ahead.
Do we need to hand out some magenta Kleenex?
Magenta Kleenex,
I'm sure that's in the works.
bro. But let's be honest here, guys. Verizon,
The hand sanitizer, dog.
Verizon, the incumbent number one for the first time in decades, is actually losing market share. This can only help the Verizon customer. I'm serious. It can only help. I mean, Sneed, you've been vocal on this. You want people to leave because there's too many people.
Too much. Not enough parity in my market for sure.
Yeah.
I would like to see some of that shift. Verizon should not have 53% market share in the CLE. They should have 40.
Mm-hmm.
And then out of that remaining 60, or something, because I have to give them credit. They have a tower site and a small cell everywhere. So and their call quality is excellent. The latency is very good. The uplink is tremendous. It's my go-to for whenever I live stream until I got the first net line. I like the first net line, because it's never going to get throttled. You know what I mean?
It's just always on.
James, don't get blocked, dog. Don't get banned.
Oh my God.
Let's not get crazy. Yeah.
So let me ask you this though, Sneed, man.
James got carried away, huh?
Bro, he kicked me out.
Everybody. What happened?
DSS.
Streaming on T-Mobile. Huh?
Well, damn. So okay, let me go.
Are we getting Los Mobile G strings, bro?
Oh.
Hey, yo, Tyrone.
What up?
So when are you finally gonna throw in the towel, bro, and join Los Mobile, bro?
Oh shit. Oh shit. Well, I'm gonna need a new home internet provider because this T-Mobile shit ain't gonna work, man.
Well, Los Mobile got you, bro.
Hold on, let me give you guys a speed test on Los Mobile real quick.
I love it. I love it.
We love home internet exclusivities.
Yep.
It's pretty unbelievable. I know a lot of people have been doubting, and I hate the doubters, bro. And I'm talking to Carlos about this. I hate the doubters, bro. Los Mobile is real. Los Mobile is legit. Talk to Los about it. This is possibly the best you can ever have because this is for the people, by the people.
Damn, you getting that in the basement, Sneed?
God damn.
This is Los Mobile, dog.
In the basement.
Lower level, dog.
Oh damn, your upload got fixed.
Yeah.
Your upload only used to be like 7.
Wow.
8.
Yep. And by the way, the wifey's upstairs doing the 4K thing.
No way.
Oh,
Swear to
Wait,
God.
that much, bro? No way, bro. Holy crap, man.
23 ping, 120 down, 30 up.
Try the New York server. Try the New York AT&T wireless server. Let me see the ping if it goes down. Because I'm curious.
I'm connecting to the Akron one, so that's probably the closest one.
No, I know, but I know that Los and we tested the
You said a
New York
server?
and
New
the
York?
Georgia and Houston, and it's ridiculously low ping.
New York?
Yeah, New York. Yeah.
What is it called?
AT&T
Just type
wireless.
in AT. You gotta do AT and then a little and T, and it'll pop up all the AT&T servers.
Yeah.
Oh, AT&T Wireless New York?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try that one. Let's see. What do we got for the ping?
20.
Wow,
Damn.
it's 3 less than before. And you're in Ohio. And it's higher download. Oh shit.
Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun,
Yo,
dun,
DJ,
dun,
kick the
dun,
music.
dun, dun,
Kick
dun.
the music,
Yes,
DJ.
yes. Oh man. Yeah. See, guys, I'm telling you, man, they did something. I know Carlos reported on it last week, right, Carlos? Carlos.
I think it was like 4 or 5 days ago.
Yeah, he
when I
reported it
discovered it.
recently. Even Tyrone in El Paso is getting 20 ping less.
That is not FirstNet, dog. That is not. That is Los Mobile. That is not
Los.
FirstNet.
Los Mobile.
FirstNet will always have a little higher ping because it has to go through an encryption on the core. So you're never going to
Secondary
get
encryption.
It goes through 2 layers, actually. 256 layers, I found out.
Yes,
So-
Raz Black. This is Los Mobile home internet. Yes.
So let me, quick question then. So, okay, I'm going to go down the chain. Carlos, are you sticking with your prediction or are you upping your prediction for tomorrow?
1.5, baby. 1.5 to 2.
Oh, shit. He went up 250,000, bro. Oh,
That's it.
God.
That's it,
Okay.
bro. I got faith.
Carlos is going all in. He's going in poker.
I'm going all in.
He's betting on an ace and a king, dog.
Big Rubes.
That's it. I'm doing a
Appreciate
Charlie
the
Ergen,
super
bro.
chat. CenturyLink
Wow.
lied to me. No fiber at my address. Only 40 meg copper. Started today and canceled same day. Los Mobile, here I come. Big Rubes, I appreciate you,
Oh,
dog. Thank you
yeah.
for that. Email me or get at Los on Discord. DM me on Twitter. We'll get you connected with the Los Mobile services. They got your customer care on lockdown. They'll take care of everything. They do eSIM. They do. They'll send you a SIM in the mail.
Yeah, we're doing sim in the
Got
mail
you
now.
covered.
So Carlos is saying 1.5 up from 1.2 last time we spoke. Tyrone, what do you think about tomorrow morning?
It's going to be total. I think it's going to be 1.7 million.
Wow, man! I
Oh
was just
my
about to say that,
God.
dog. I was just about to say that. Now let me tell you why I agree with Tyrone and why I was going to go 1.7. Initially, I was thinking 1.3, but after Verizon's quarter, you have to upgrade it.
Because
1.7?
Verizon also had no traction on prepaid. They only did like 19K.
God,
You might
damn.
as well have gotten 0K, like
Yeah.
Wow.
no Ks.
Okay.
All
By
right,
the way,
bro.
By the way, they did say on the inside of Verizon they still are anticipating to close track phone in the second quarter this year.
We'll see.
Mhm.
There has been no pushback from the FCC. Really, nobody said anything publicly, so
They're taking comments. I think they're gonna have to make some concessions, but I think they can live with them. You know.
Yeah.
Tyrone.
Carlos. Yeah, go
The
ahead.
part I liked about the inside Verizon, though, when they asked them about the C-band, and when Han said that they're working close with the FCC right now about getting it deployed even sooner.
Yeah, Q3.
Like, they get
It clears Q3.
It clears Q3 now.
Q3, yes.
Yeah.
They're
And he said
working
he's
with
gonna try to go
with the
sooner.
satellite companies.
Okay, you heard it first here, guys. Sneed, have you heard this before? God, I just found out about this.
Yeah, I put it in my video. They're
Whoa.
gonna get some markets to clear Q3.
Wow. So expect band 77 NR.
So that means they can literally, while they're putting up the hardware, basically start broadcasting within the same month.
Yep.
Correct.
Well, there's really one key restriction. They have to finalize the testing. That
Yeah.
finishes in October.
They can
it's not-
expedite the testing, dog.
It's going to be done in October. I already have the inside track on it. Verizon will be done with C-band testing. That's the FCC mandated testing in order to broadcast it. It's done in October. I don't know if it's like October 20th or something. So C-band, we could literally have a Halloween surprise. We could have a Thanksgiving surprise. I don't know. But like,
That's
but like,
Q4 already. That's Q4.
right. But that's it. If the testing is, if they expedite the testing, then maybe you're right. But I'm guessing October is real.
Okay, so
I don't know what day they started the testing, Moose. It was in December.
they started testing in February from my sources.
Yeah.
D-band.
So what is it? 6 or 7 months, Mando?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There's some kind of regulation. They have a certain amount of testing they have to do. If
Yeah.
it's 6 months in February, then that means they're done in August.
So, okay, let me ask you this then. So, Carlos, going back to the predictions, what do you anticipate HBO Max subscribers to be?
Well, that's
What are they at right now, anyways? I haven't really followed.
Steve,
that,
you have
to
the
be
numbers.
honest.
You said 41.5 or something?
What were you saying?
You had the numbers. You told me 41.5 million was the last quarter.
For what?
HBO Max.
Yeah, it was 41 maybe, 40.5 or 41.5.
Yeah. So what do you
Yeah,
think?
they're beyond the 5-year mark.
Yeah, way beyond.
They have already surpassed 5 years of the expected.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're already.
HBO Max is a
So-
winner. It is a total winner.
So
Yeah,
so if it's like that, then I see them. I see them this quarter announcing when they announce they'll be at 200,000 plus. 200
You mean
million
200
plus.
million?
200 million plus.
Whoa,
They didn't
whoa,
go.
whoa.
They didn't go international yet.
Whoa.
And the reason why is because of all the blockbuster hits that have been hitting on HBO Max. People
Yeah.
are subscribing just to see the movie.
I'll
Yeah.
give them on the high end 60 million, 52 on the low end maybe. Let's go 52 million.
Tyrone, what do you think about this?
well, on the analyst day, they said they're already at 70. So I think now they're going to be at about 80. They're going to be at about 80. So
Wait a minute. Do I have old data from Q4?
Yeah.
yeah, they briefly announced it during the analyst day, and they said that they're already at preliminary numbers of 70 million, and that was as of the analyst day.
So they could be beyond 80, 85 million?
Yeah.
I'm anticipating 100 million. I'm saying it, 100 million HBO Max subscribers for Q1.
Apparently, they're taking massive share from Netflix, and Netflix is really making some last minute moves to trying to combat it. That's why they got the Sony deal and who knows what else they're working on, but HBO is really pulling from Netflix.
All right.
We're definitely going to talk about that tomorrow.
I have to say this. This keeps coming up. A lot of people ask, why do I need 1,000 megabits on my phone? You don't. But your phone needs speed, so does his, and so do the other 5,000 people on the tower site. That's what you need 1,000 megabits per second for. It's not you.
Capacity.
It's you and everybody else.
Why do you need 3-lane highways? Why do you need 4-lane highways? Why do you need 5?
It's you and everybody else.
So many people driving in the same highway.
And now that home internet over fixed wireless, that 1,000 megabits is now even more important.
So hope that helps.
Yeah.
Rizwan, Mr. Rashid, salute.
Now, let me ask you guys this. If AT&T is doing that many millions, what's T-Mobile doing?
They'll add 1 million, bro. They always do, don't they?
Yeah, they'll spin it.
The reason why I'm bringing this up is because I was talking to Tyrone about this, and I just remembered about this. Back when the iPhone first came out, Apple put on their website at the top headline when you were on the iPhone page, offers from AT&T, offers from Verizon. It took 2 weeks to put the offers of actually 2 days to put the offers of T-Mobile. So when people saw that AT&T was giving $200 more than Verizon, $700 versus $500, people switched. People switched carriers because of $200, bro. That's why you're seeing this massive decline, almost 300,000 negative for Verizon this quarter. Can you imagine all the Sprint customers that are coming from T-Mobile, all the T-Mobile customers that are leaving T-Mobile, that they're fed up because Band 41 is not good enough as promised, Band 71 sucks? I'm telling you, I've seen it in real life. People do not trust T-Mobile. People do not want the perks that T-Mobile is offering anymore. They want reliability, they want stability, and they don't want to pay Verizon prices. So that's why they go to AT&T.
But bro, they want the 5G blanket to cuddle on.
You know what's
that they're on
crazy?
comfort.
Sneed told me something that it blew my mind, bro. Sneed, tell him about the family member that switched to T-Mobile because he's always living, he's always at his house now.
He literally had AT&T for years. Loved it. He lived in Pennsylvania. It was the best. He came to Ohio. It was the best. And everything was cool. And then he was looking to upgrade his phone. He had an iPhone 10. And T-Mobile said, you're going to port in 2 lines. We'll give you, port in those 2 lines, trade in those phones. We're going to give you a free line. So that'll be 3 lines and 3 iPhone 11s. This was late last year, like August. So right before the 12,
Monica.
they gave him 3 iPhone 11s, the 3 lines for $90 a month. That's what T-Mobile gave him.
No.
So they basically were like, "Yeah, we'll do whatever it takes to get your business," because, and he's on Magenta, and then he upgraded to Magenta Max. I think he's on $150 a month or something now.
And the crazy part is,
but the thing is, he literally said the AT&T service is better. Now there's 2 places where I don't have service, including the gym that he goes to, but he's like, I'm always at home.
Right.
I'm always on Wi-Fi. He has AT&T Wi-Fi.
Yeah, he has fiber, and that's
He has
crazy
AT&T.
because if you have fiber and you don't have an AT&T wireless, they give you 25% off on the wireless.
His bill probably would have been what, $130, Moose?
With 2 brand new 12 Pro Maxes.
No, it's 3.
Oh,
He really only needed 2, but they gave him that free line and the free iPhone. So 3 iPhones, 3 lines, $90.
To
That's
me,
why I switched. It was cheap.
to me, it's ridiculous because since he has fiber, he can always switch back and get 25% off. He can get 25% off, and it's the same price as T-Mobile. That's crazy to me, dog.
Basically, he'd be what, at like $100?
$100, $101. With the phones, you're right, 130. Boom, switching. That's what people are doing now, bro. We talk about this all the time. I was talking to one of my mentors, and he told me something that I don't agree with because I always battle him on this point. He tells me people are not interested in getting TV, internet, and wireless from the same company. And I said, that is some BS. And I'll tell you exactly why that's BS. Because look at what T-Mobile and Verizon are doing. They're desperately trying to get a second product to the customers, which is fixed wireless, because they want to be in people's homes.
I don't think until Charter, Xfinity Mobile, the Comcast situation, until they started reselling as MVNO, I don't think these guys were going to do this.
Yeah.
It's almost like, oh my goodness, like people really want to switch to these people. We need our customers back. Let's turn the tables on them.
The issue, though, is that the argument that the triple play or even the double play, right, is not effective or is not working, I always point back to El Paso. Tyrone tells me this all the time. I can even point it to Cleveland. Perfect example. Sneed, in just a few months, I'm telling you right now, the day that thing gets installed, I'm going to be coming over there to the corridor. I'm going to be installing a brand new Wi-Fi 6E router, and I'm going to say, welcome to the family, my friend, because you're finally on the best network for home internet possible in the planet. Fiber optics trumps everything. Everything. And it doesn't make sense when you know that there's an infrastructure bill that is being negotiated right now within the Senate and the House of Representatives for $100 billion of infrastructure specifically for broadband. Dude, that's big money, man. I mean, yes, it's 5 years of CapEx, maybe 6 years of CapEx for some companies or more. It's too little, bro. $100 billion is nothing. It's very little bit of money. However, that money is going to revolutionize rural America. It's going to revolutionize urban America, that it's very hard to, upgrade the infrastructure. But it's for fiber. That's the key.
It's the real.
Yeah, because there's a YouTube video that everybody should go watch. It's on The Verge, very recent video. It's about fiber. The entire world runs on fiber. Because no matter how you slice it, even fixed wireless uses fiber because they have to have fiber to the wireless cell site in order to transmit the 10 gig backhaul. So that 10 gig backhaul is going to be upgraded to 100 gig by the end of the decade. Easily. I can already predict it. It's just that much demand, man.
Big facts. Spoken by Moose. Gentlemen, we got to wrap it up. I got to close out the show.
Yes.
All right. Tomorrow is the AT&T earnings report. We'll be doing some coverage on it earlier in the day, in the afternoon, and it looks like we'll be going live. One more sleep until AT&T quarter one earnings. I want to thank Los, coming through with Los Mobile. You guys can check out the service. They have a Discord. Mods, let me get a Discord link in the live chat, the Twitter handle, something. Let's get Los Mobile promoted there. So big shout out to Los, and thanks for coming through, buddy.
Thanks, bro. How's that work, bro?
The Los Mobile?
No, at the job, you're working hard.
Yeah, dude, I'm beat, man.
That's been killing you.
Beat.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely beat. I can't wait to get to bed tonight.
That's why I'm surprised you even went on, bro. I was like, when they told me, I was like, damn, this guy's been working 16, 17 hours a day for the last damn week and a half. I'm like, you barely any sleep.
It's for the nation, bro. Moose put the pressure on me, so we had to do it, Big shout out to Tyrone from Tech Life. Tyrone, go ahead and shout out your channel. Let them know what you do.
Yeah, if you guys want to follow me at Tech Life on YouTube, we got more content coming. Numbers for AT&T will be out 5:45 in the morning. The earnings call is around 6:30 a.m. So it's not far away. So I'll be definitely tuned in, and I'll be ready with my coffee.
8 a.m. Eastern.
And I won't need a T-Mobile blanket.
Oh, damn.
Hey, Moose, thanks for coming through.
Thank you, Sneed, man, for doing this. I know it was impromptu with the family showing up. 5:30 a.m. Pacific, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. 30 minutes before the call, the numbers are released officially. So it's time, my brothers. It's time, man. It's time because it's gonna happen tomorrow, dog. I'm telling you, the best quarter, dog.
One more sleep, Moose. One more sleep, dog.
You have no idea. I'm not sleeping tonight, dog. I'm not sleeping. I'm telling you, I'm like legitimately super excited. I'm telling you.
Hey, Los, can you do a Twitter live after this, bro? Let's keep the hype train going.
All right, let's do it.
All right, let's keep the hype train going. We'll check out Carlos. Carlos, is it 702 on Twitter?
Carlos Tech 702.
All right.
Man, I think Moose has on a baby blue onesie tonight.
Oh, damn.
I have a Death Star shirt on right now, dog. I'm telling you.
What about the blue Speedo? Damn.
Yeah, the blue Speedo.
Now we're crossing the territories. We're going into OnlyFans territory. That's enough.
Oh, damn.
Oh, man. Alrighty, so tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Yep. Let's do it. We out this piece. Peace.
Woo!